In this example, the objective of the rule is to decline large ticket ATM withdrawals, for instance more than $500, preceded by a low value card present transaction that is non-ATM, within a short period of time, less than a few hours, indicating possible account testing activity. Typically, fraudsters check the validity of a card number and expiration dates by performing low-value transactions ranging from $1 to $10 at card-present merchants or unattended terminals. Before using them for higher-value transactions, this rule helps identify such an activity and decline the potentially fraudulent transactions. In order to track the low-value card-present transactions, an activity tracking rule is required. This will be used in conjunction with a real-time decisioning rule. First, click on the Rules Admin tab. Select Activity Tracking from the Rules Type drop-down. Then click on Create New Rule. Then give this rule a name, for instance, Account Testing at POS. Then give a meaningful description, to track card-present account testing activities. Now add a definition. This will take you to the Rule Definition Edit Criteria page. Choose Merchant Category Code from the Parameters drop-down menu. For operator, select Not Equal to and 6011, the merchant category code for ATM cash, as the value. To choose the MCC, you can either input the code directly into the field or key in the description and click Find First. By clicking Find First, the corresponding description will then be found. Once you have verified the correct code has been selected, click the Add to Criteria List button. Next, the parameters to identify card-present transactions needs to be set. To do this, select POS Entry Mode from the Parameters drop-down menu. For operator, select In, and the category codes for magnetic stripe transactions as the values. Once you have verified that the correct codes have been selected, click the Add to Criteria List button. The transaction amount, i.e. less than $10, must now be set. Select Transaction Amount from the Parameters drop-down menu. For operator, select Less Than and $10 as the value. Then click on Add and Update. The activity tracking rule to track non-ATM card-present account testing activity is now ready, and so can proceed to create a real-time decisioning rule. Once completed, the activity tracking rule will be used within this rule. From the Rules Type drop-down, select Real-Time Decisioning, followed by Create New Rule. Then give this rule a name, for instance, High-Risk ATM Transactions Post-Account Testing. Then give a meaningful description. Decline large-ticket ATM withdrawals after account testing card-present transactions at odd hours. Now add a definition. Choose Merchant Category Code from the Parameters drop-down menu. For operator, select Equals and ATM cash 6011 for the value. Once you have verified that the correct code is selected, click the Add to Criteria List button. Next, the parameters to identify card-present transactions needs to be set. To do this, select POS Entry Mode from the Parameters menu. For operator, select In and magnetic stripe transactions as the value. Once you have verified that the correct code is selected, click the Add to Criteria List button. The transaction amount must now be set. Select Transaction Amount from the Parameters drop-down menu. For operator, select More Than and $500 as the value. Then click Add. Lastly, in order to utilize the activity tracking rule already created, activity tracking rule needs to be selected from the Parameters menu. From here, the activity tracking rule Account Testing at POS can be selected. For operator, select Occurred Within and 3 hours as the value. Once complete, click on Add and Update. Now, the rule criteria definitions have been created, and so can proceed to selecting the processing options. Select Decline as the action, and Days of the Week as the time frame. In this rule, set the time frame between 12 AM and 5 AM. This will mean any big-ticket ATM transaction which occurs during this time, which is preceded by a low-value card-present transaction within the last 3 hours, will be declined. Please note that the time setting can be configured for GMT or local time zone. By default, the time zone is set for GMT. If you need to change the time zone setting to local, this can be done under the option Preferences. within the VRM administration menu. Now, this real-time decisioning rule has been created to decline large ticket ATM withdrawals, i.e. more than $500, where an account testing card present transaction has already occurred within a short period of time, less than 3 hours. Please always test your rule, assess the result, and activate the rule only after you have determined that the rule meets your objective. Rule activation will follow a batch cycle, where activation takes place every 15 minutes from the top of the hour.